King Saul, the first king of Israel, the first king who disobeyed God, or David's number one enemy, or a guy who is very tall and very handsome? Yeah, probably didn't think of that one. Before we talk about the first king of Israel, Saul, let's kind of give like a little backstory to this. Before there were kings in Israel, there were judges. And you know, the judges, well, they acted like judges. Main judge at that time, Samuel, wait, now that I think about it, I think Samuel deserved a little back history himself. When we talk about the first king, we have to think about Samuel. Before there was Samuel, there was Samuel's mother, Hannah. And Hannah couldn't have kids, and she felt miserable that she couldn't have any kids. While she couldn't have kids, she watched Peninnah have kids. If you guys are confused about me mentioning more than one woman, let me explain this in the most fast and quick way possible. Elkanah, the husband, had two wives that he cared about, Hannah and Peninnah. Hannah had no children, Peninnah had children. So one was jealous of the other. So when Elkanah and his family would go to serve the Lord in Shiloh, his wives and his kids would go up too. Peninnah provoked Hannah so badly that she felt miserable, that she cried and did not eat. Elkanah had the audacity to ask Hannah, "Why are you crying? And why are you not eating any food?" And I mean, somebody should have gave him the memo that she has no kids. And during that time, having no kids was like, God has cursed you in a way. And that doesn't even give it worse. Elkanah had the audacity to say to Hannah, "What, am I not better than 10 sons?" He's just almost like egging it on, so to speak. So what did Hannah do? Well, she does make a vow saying that this child that she will give to the Lord all the days of his life. Hannah is doing all of that. Here comes Elkanah again. While Hannah is doing all of that, here comes Elkanah again. Hannah praying in her heart, but her lips are moving. Guess what Elkanah had the audacity to say? "Are you drunk?" But long story short, good news. Hannah ends up having her son, and she names him Samuel. And she gave great praises to God because this son was a blessing to her. He had a miraculous birth. He was his mom's first child, and he became a prophet and a judge over Israel. Without going deep in depth about Samuel, because this is not about Samuel. But now we have some backstory, and when we talk about Saul. So when Samuel became old, started to kick his feet back, and he retired from being the judge over Israel, he kind of made his kids, his sons, be judge over Israel, and his sons were good. They were taking bribes. They weren't the best of judges. They were worse. They were terrible. So the people, in their right mind, said, "Give us a king." And Samuel, when he first heard that, he wasn't pleased with that. And God, he definitely wasn't pleased. He said, "They did not reject you, Samuel, but they rejected me." And God go through this whole list of what this king is gonna do, and he would take your sons and your daughters and stuff like that. And when you read it, it's something that you're not quite excited about. But the people, when they heard it, cut their ears off and pretend like they heard nothing, and they still were persistent in wanting a king. We see that Samuel chose a Benjamite from the tribe of Benjamin, Saul. And when you look in 1 Samuel, we see that Saul was a very tall and handsome man. You hear that, ladies? So Saul wasn't always this bad king. I guess it's time for a story time. So picture this. Nahash the Ammonite came to the elders of Jabesh Gilead, wanting to, oppress them, being unrighteous. And the people of Jabesh Gilead, we don't want to fight. Let's just do a peace treaty and we just be under your rule. And the Ammonites was like, Yeah, we'll do a peace treaty. If you just give us the right eye of everybody. Nobody, when I mean nobody, in their right minds would do such a thing like that. Well, they went on to call Israel, and the king of Israel at that time was Saul. The elders of Jabesh get like, yeah, we're gonna get Israel. Give us 7 days so we could kind of see if they're gonna help us, because obviously you don't really want a peace treaty. They did. So the elders came weeping before Saul. They were like, boo hoo hoo crying, something like this.
Climb.
Hey, what's going on?
Kingdom has been ripped away